time to get our game on with a mysterious package from Kontrol Freek for the second episode of Chris Reviews. Hello everybody and welcome to Chris Reviews. This is the show where I review products that are not related to food, so a little bit different from taste test, and give you my thoughts on them, because apparently I'm a qualified reviewer now. I've reviewed a lot of food for taste tests. I feel my palate has been refined, but now I'm going back to something I used to do a lot more, which is review other things besides food. So I've already reviewed one product that was sent to me to review, and now I've got another one. This is coming directly from the company. So thank you to Kontrol Freek for sending this out. I don't know what's in here, and I'm actually excited to find out. So Kontrol Freek is a company that specializes in enhancing your gaming experience. They have like thumbstick enhancers for your controllers. They got skins. They got all kinds of cool stuff. So let's open this up and let's see what Kontrol Freek has and what I can review. So they gave me something for every controller, it looks like. That's pretty cool because I actually just did a video where I talked about gaming controllers. So now I can try something for each controller, and these look pretty cool. So let me show you what I got. It shows me, ooh, nice. Okay, talk about that in a second. All right, so I have thumbstick enhancers for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. So I'm going to show you what they look like, and then I'm going to apply them to my thumbsticks and see how they are. So first we have the FPS Galaxy thumbsticks. These are for the PlayStation 4. They look nice, and I think especially because I have a white PS4 controller, so having these purple accents are going to look kind of nice. You can also, there's actually a little thing where you can touch the grip. It's a nice grip. Yeah, that's a nice grip. I like that. Next up, I have the Omni, which is for the Xbox One. These are just standard black. But again, I have kind of a more stylized controller. I think these will go really well with my controller. Although I might pick one of my more normal controllers because the one I primarily use is limited edition, so I might use like my Project Scorpio controller for that. And then the Nintendo Switch, and I like this one because again, I think it will actually enhance the look of the controller. I have this one, it is the Inferno series. These are red. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to apply these to all of my controllers, and then do a little test to see how the thumbsticks feel and share my thoughts on them. So let's check these out. So to show you how easy these are to actually apply to your controllers, I have my Nintendo Switch Pro Controller here. All you have to do, if you look on the bottom of these, they have little claws. You just push it down on your thumbstick, just like so. So now I have an enhanced thumbstick my Nintendo Switch controller. So, and they're easily removable too, so if you decide, you know what, I don't need these right now, you just pop it off. So these are kind of a cool enhancement that you can use for your gaming controllers. So let's try this one out with the Switch. So as you can see, the big thing, which I appreciate because I have big hands, so having the thumbsticks rest a little bit higher up is kind of nice. I like the grip. You have a really nice grip. It's non-slick. Sometimes your thumbsticks, especially if you don't do any kind of changes to the thumbsticks whatsoever, have a really nice, they lose their grippiness. Sometimes your fingers will start to slip off, especially if you have a fairly worn controller. This doesn't do that. They're nice. They feel really good. The pattern is a cool pattern. It doesn't distract from the fact that, you know, it's a thumbstick. So it doesn't feel weird on your thumbs when you're trying to move the controller around. It's just as responsive as your normal thumbstick is. So the main thing that this does is it makes your thumbsticks a little bit higher, so if you have bigger hands, you can have them rest a little bit higher up on the controller. It adds additional grip and just looks cool. So I like this one so far. Now let me try the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions, and we'll see how those turn out. So I was reading on the package for this one because I noticed something is kind of different. With the PlayStation 4 ones, you actually have two different size thumbsticks. This one is even higher than this one's kind of a mid-tier. And the reason is because they have actually reasonable options for why these are different sizes. So the low rise, which is kind of your base thumbstick that doesn't come with this, is going to be mostly for sports and platformers, and it increases your range of motion by a little bit. The mid-rise, which is this one, is good for action, adventure, and RPG, increases your range of motion by 90%. And then the high-rise, which is the really tall one, that one is for first-person shooters and third-person shooters. It increases your range of motion by 120%. So the idea is you use these different thumbsticks to kind of enhance your playstyle. And I have to say, on first glance, it does look a little weird that one stick is significantly higher than the other. But it feels good. And again, like, I don't have to move the stick nearly as wildly to move for something like a first-person shooter as I would normally, because all I have to do is just do a slight tap. So it does enhance your range of motion, which is pretty cool. So this is what the PlayStation 4 controller looks like with the two different size thumbsticks. I put this one on the right because that's the usual motion spot, so I figure I'll do that for your basic motion. Then this one's mostly for camera and turning. So I think this is probably the right way to go. But again, just like the Nintendo Switch ones, they feel really good. They're nice and grippy. These are nice. So great job so far. But yeah, these are pretty solid. So now let's try the Xbox One version. And last but certainly not least, here are the thumbsticks on my Xbox One controller, the CFD's limited edition. These are the low-rise ones, so these are more intended for like sports games and platformers. So just to be clear, after I looked at the packaging, I wanted to make sure I gave it the right impression. So the ones I got for the Switch, these are both the high-rise. So these are intended for like more FPS stuff. So these are pretty cool, but they look good and they give me a lot more motion. I'm going to test these out on Animal Crossing later, so that'll be fun. The one on the PlayStation 4 has one of the high-rise and one of the mid-tier. So this is kind of one you can switch out depending on your type of game. So if you need a little bit less motion, you can switch it out and use a different one. And then the Xbox One version is the bottom tier. Still enhances your motion, but it's intended for other types of games. Again, the Xbox One version, very grippy. It feels nice. Your thumbsticks are just as clicky as they normally are for any other system. They feel good. Yeah, I can get behind these a lot. And of course, the rubberized grip looks really nice. So I have to say, I'm impressed, Kontrol Freek, for these cool thumbstick enhancers. So if you're a hardcore gamer and you want to kind of up your gaming a little bit, maybe give yourself a little bit more an advantage, check these out. They're pretty cool. I'm going to leave the link in the description to the Kontrol Freek website, so if you want to pick up a set for yourself, hop on there and order one. They're pretty cool. I'm excited to use them in gaming soon. So that is going to do it for this episode of Chris Reviews. Hope you enjoyed it. New videos on this channel go out every day at noon Eastern Time, so hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. Thanks Kontrol Freek for sending out these products. I'm excited that I got to review them for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Chris Reviews. Bye.